microphone with this rig.
Oh, it doesn't use the 8-pin?
It's, what do they call this thing? It's not the 8-pin connector on it.
Okay, because I know that for years they've used that Foster connector, I think is what they call it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is the it's like a telephone connector, but it's got what, about 7 pins on it or something like that.
Oh, it's an RJ45. It's an 8-pin. All right.
Yeah, that's the 8-pin flat connector, like the J11, but it's the other one.
Yeah, it's RJ45. That's what's a typical Ethernet connector.
Yeah, typical. That's what it is. And I don't have another adapter to use another microphone with it. Anyway, I got to get in and clean the relay on the SB104. It looks like it's acting up again.
You say something about a relay on the SB104?
Yeah, I got to get in there and clean it. It's acting up again. It doesn't come back to receive. It hangs up.
Oh, you mean to receive the transmit relay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not a sealed relay. It's in a plastic cover?
Yeah, it's got a little plastic cover on it. Got to take the cover off and clean it with some little deoxin and a little piece of cardboard to slide through it. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. You know, I had to do that. Well, boy, was it a pain. This little meter transverter that I use with the SDR, it's a FTV 700.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to do it once in a while.
Oh, man, it would not transmit. And I thought the issue was elsewhere, but tracked it down to one of the little plastic relays, which was like the middle of a
Makes it hard to get to.
Yeah, and of course the contacts were horizontal instead of vertical, and it just made it even more of a trial.
Alright, Jim, where you at?
Hello, Jim, are you out there?
What's his name? Please pick up the white courtesy phone. What's his name? Please pick up the white courtesy phone.
Is it Sunday he's allowed to use the amplifier, or is that on Saturday? I forget.
Drop down, Dan. What was that?
That's all changed with his new setup, Dan.
What, did he get rid of the interference?
Pretty much.
Oh, good.
I'm listening to you guys on the SDR, the SDR conditions are crap today.
Well, I can actually hear you now, Sue.
Good.
Yeah, the band's nice and quiet this morning. It looks like my noise level is minus 115 dBm. I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of down there.
It is, but the consequence is you and Bud are not very loud, but John's extremely loud.
Yeah, well, you always have a pretty low noise level anyway.
Yeah, I do. It's just a little lower than normal this morning on 75, which is nice.
Yeah, what was that, Bud? The my noise level's an F7 over here. Right now, my noise level is an F1 on the loop on the radio I'm looking at, but what I'm actually listening to, the signals are better, and there's a little bit of noise.
Yeah, you're running an S6, Sue.
Oh, that's good.
And John's running, you know, A flamethrower.
Oh, I'm running a flamethrower. She's a long ways away.
John's just at the right distance for conditions right now.
I'll be back in something. This way up there might take John at full quiet.
John must be switching radios. WSJT-X. Yep, I'm hearing both of you guys.
Yeah, I hope everything's going okay with Jim.
Oh, I'm sure it is. You just know how it is. You know, sometimes Jim just can't get to it right away.
Yeah.
But he always makes his appearance, and then he comments on what we've been saying about him.
This is true.
He's
Back.
Jim's just probably sandbagging. All right, John, sound good.
I just went ahead and restarted everything here and restarted the computer after its any restarts I did during the new upgrades.
I'm hesitant to call it an upgrade anymore, John. It's caused so many problems.
Maybe it's a downgrade, yeah.
Oh man, I tell you, I just, you know, when you Google it and you look and stuff, there are so many problems with so many people that rely on COM ports with sound card drivers and stuff that are affected across the gaming community and everywhere. And oh man, they botched that one, that's for sure.
Well, that's simply because they have to support so much hardware, unlike Apple that's only got to support 3 or 4 things.
Yep, that's absolutely true. And they, excuse me, they selectively put it out. You know, they don't just send it out to every machine at the same time on those big updates just because of that. They know there's going to be issues.
Yeah, I would also point out that you want to see the real inside story about Apple, go to Louis Rossman's YouTube channel and look at what he has to deal with on a daily basis. He repairs iBooks or repairs MacBooks for a living, and will do the desktop issues. I always thought the stuff was really well made, but from what I've seen on the inside, my PC is actually better built than any Apple I've seen so far.
Well, it's probably like anything else. Apple is not Apple anymore, like Harley is not Harley anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
However, having said that, I thoroughly enjoy my Apple devices.
Before applying this,
are you using less or using more?
I'm using double.
Oh, that's not good.
I just saw 60-some%.
Well, at least you didn't have COM port issues, John.
Well, and there's a lot of crap that goes on when you start this computer up. It's got to check in with Microsoft and all that stuff. It's really interesting to do a capture of network traffic for about the first 2 minutes that your computer boots up. And then after you've spent all day looking through the IP addresses, you find out it goes to Microsoft for several places to let them know everything's okay.
Well, I've got a dilemma this morning. And my dilemma is I want to go riding today. It's going to be a nice day to go down to Mammoth Lakes. But I've got a project here I really want done today. But I can do it any day after work this week. I want it done today.
What did you say you wanted to do?
Well, I want to go riding down to Mammoth Lakes because it's a beautiful day today. It'd be a nice day to go do that. But I have a project I want to get finished today, but I could do it after work this week, too. But I just want it done now.
Yeah.
In other words, I want to go out and play, but I want to finish this project.
Project or what?
I'm installing another light in the backyard and relocating one that's right behind the sliding glass door, moving it a little bit because I've put my swamp cooler in the wall, cut a hole in the wall and did that. So I need to relocate the light. And while I'm going in there and doing that, I'm going to add another light in the backyard. So I've got all the conduit and everything I need to do it. I'd like to have it done today, this morning, but I want to go out and ride.
Yeah, well, if you can do it in the week, I'm sure that's probably good enough. You're going to take a ride. That's quite a ways to go to Mammoth Lakes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 140 miles. Thought I might go right down there to June Lake and have lunch and come home.
Just by yourself?
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
I used to do things like that.
Well, because it's not 100 degrees yet, John. I want to kind of take advantage of it. Esther's going to go hiking with a girlfriend today, which gave me the idea to take off and go riding.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering what your wife was going to be doing.
I know. I wouldn't be leaving her behind to go do this.
Yeah, good for you.
I'd be taking her with me. So she would enjoy it a lot, too.
That's a good thing. Be careful out there.
Oh, I will. It's so relaxing riding on the backside of the Sierras. There's just going down that way. There's no traffic. It's just nice.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go do that.
We're going to have a guest over this afternoon for dinner, and so got to get some chicken on the barbecue here.
Well, that sounds good. Chicken.
Yeah, so we're a little entertained this afternoon, so we got
Man, it's a beautiful morning here this morning outside. I haven't seen this in a while. We had, at the club meeting yesterday, we had once a year this guy from the National Weather Service comes out to our club meeting. And sometimes twice a year. So he's always interesting to listen to. And this last March, we had the third wettest record. We had the third wettest season on record this last March.
That's really interesting. Here in Nevada, third weather. Well, that's the third wettest. That's pretty good.
Well, it sure rained a lot. That's for sure. We were, of course, it was nice not to have to water the lawn, but I didn't know it rained that much. But you know, he told me at the weather station that they were calling January because the weather was so nice, and we didn't get anything in January or February. It all came in March.
What was our total inches for rain for the season?
He says we're a little above average right now.
Well, that's good. I guess we have some water in our lake.
Oh, there's plenty of water in the lake down there.
Yeah, even Lake Tahoe is pretty much at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, and and then he had all the comparison charts, you know, and the pictures. You know, last year, the 2017 weather compared to the 2018 weather, and of course the 2017 winter was a lot more severe, but we had an above-average winter overall. It was good.
Well, that's pretty good for Nevada.
It is. And he was saying, because he got a lot of questions, he was saying that as far as weather predictions go, as far out as anybody can go is 7 days, and anything after that is just guesswork, and there's no science behind it. So when you go to a weather site on the air, if they're saying anything over 7 days, then they're looking at old computer models, or they're just, you know, he didn't want to say they're just making it up. That's what he was implying. And he said, really, you know, 3 days, we have a pretty good idea what's coming 3 days out.
Yeah, I think aviation weather is probably the best one. I like to listen to that, and I think it's somewhere below the broadcast band in that neighborhood.
Well, I know you can listen to it down on AM around 117 in there somewhere, I think it is. Can't quite remember where it's at.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. Well, at least we had a good winter. I think we got more snow last year than we did this year, though.
Yeah. March 3rd, it dropped 16 inches of snow that day, and he was showing pictures of that. He also showed a video tour of Virginia Peak on the weather radar up there. Take you inside it and shows you how it worked and everything. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm sure Scott knows all about that. That's his campsite.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I wonder where Jim is this morning.
I have no idea.
I thought he got his TV problems fixed. Interference.
Where's Denny this morning? Did he say he was going to be off?
I knew he was going to be off yesterday, Dan, but he thought he might be in here on Sunday.
He's a pretty busy retired guy.
Well, you know, he's got those grandkids he has to favor.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And he still enjoys going camping and fishing, so that's a good thing.
Yep. Well, I stopped by, we're having an event in Reno this weekend called Many Street Vibes. It's kind of the spring version of Street Vibrations, but it's just a fraction of the size, but it kind of kicks off the riding season and gets everybody hyped up. So I stopped there. They closed Virginia Street down for the event for the weekend, except for motorcycles. So I went in and walked through the vendors and, you know, that kind of thing. Didn't really see anything exciting, but they have T-shirts I get every year, and you know, it just says 2018 Reno Street Vibes. And so I stopped and got 3 T-shirts because I just can't buy a T-shirt for myself anymore. Both my son-in-laws ride, and they're passionate about their Harleys, so I buy them T-shirts also. So we're gonna send those off to them. They'll love them.
Oh, that's pretty nice of you there, Dad. Anyway, we had to laugh at one of the newscasters on Channel 4 called it Street Vibrations.
That's what it's called, Street Vibrations.
He called the motorcycles the street vibrators.
Oh.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's just kind of messed up. Anyway, I think we're going to have a pretty warm day today, and then we'll be back up to low 80s during the week.
Well, Bud, next time you drop by the house, you can see my construction project. I cut a hole in my kitchen wall and installed my swamp cooler.
You did what?
Yeah, swamp cooler's the way to go. That reminds me, I've got to get mine hooked up and cleaned up and oiled and ready to go for the season.
Yeah, it's not done yet. I got to trim it out, but it's there.
Yeah, okay, well, there's another project for you.
Yeah, John, I put my swamp cooler in my wall. When you were over here, I don't think I had it in. I had it in the window last year. I had bought one, and I took it out because I don't want it in the window. Anyway, I installed it in the kitchen wall.
Is that one of the plastic ones?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it. It's one of the new plastic ones.
Yeah, my son-in-law and I would put that in his old house. Uses that honeycomb paper. Works really well. I mean, the thing works great.
Yeah, it works really good. I put it in the front window last summer because it only took a couple of minutes to hang. And we liked it so well, I decided, I want it in the wall and out of the way. So it's in the kitchen wall, you know, going toward the backyard. And it's nice. It sucks up close right against the house. And I'm getting it set up to where I'll just pull it out during the wintertime and plug the hole.
Okay, that's basically what we do. It was hanging on chains up the eaves above, and then you pull it out. They have to put it back up with a ladder over you. It was a pain.
Oh, this is very simple. You pull the back off and it gets really light, and it just pulls right out of the hole. And then I need to build a plug to put in the hole, you know, and it'll be very nice.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's going to work for you.
You got to have cool air in the summertime, John.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing it did well. It definitely cooled.
Yeah, especially over here in the dry air.
Yeah, it only raised my electric bill about $20 a month, and we ran it day and night. It was amazing. The problem is, if you leave it on all night, it'll get down to 50 degrees in the house. So you got to put a timer on it, shut off.
Get cold.
Yeah, it's too cold. So I have a timer on it, and it'll shut it off usually about 1 or 2 in the morning is fine. And then the house stays cool all night. But if you let it run till daylight till you get up, it's like 50 degrees and freezing in here.
They're pretty efficient over here in the dry climate.
But like, you know, when it's 100 degrees outside, it'll keep it, you know, in the low 70s, which is pretty dang good.
Yeah, that's about what ours does. It keeps it in the low 70s.
Yeah.
The way ours is in the house, it's positioned right down the hallway. So it's actually in the living room there, but it just shoots right down the hallway, and so you just crack a window open in the rooms you want to cool, and it's really efficient.
Yeah, that's how we do it. If I open the bathroom window in the master bedroom, it'll cool everything off down that way, and then I'll crack a window open in the radio room, and then that's taken care of.
Well, I'm going to get out of here, folks. I'll see you all later. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves, and conditions suck. I don't know what is wrong, but things aren't working too well today. AS6LJ, thanks. Okay, 73, so we'll catch you next time we catch you.
Okay, real good. You're good copy here, Sue, but enjoy your day, and maybe we'll talk to you next week.
Yapper Doodles here, 6LJ, thanks.
W6DAX.
W6DJG.
Yeah, you sound good, Sue. KM60Q.
Well, Dan, you have a good trip on your bike today. You'll really enjoy that. It's a great day to be on motorcycle riding.
Yeah, I haven't convinced myself to go all the way yet.
Well, I got rid of my bike before we moved over here. Didn't really have a place to store it, and I was kind of thinking that maybe I'm getting a little too old to be riding.
Yeah, I think that all the time, and then I jump on my bike and think, I can't get rid of this thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But there comes a time when your reactions aren't as great as they used to be, and I'm finding that out.
Yeah, that's true. I could probably ride for another 10 years easy if I want to.
Yeah, you're still pretty young.
I'm concerned if I sell it now, I'd just buy another one.
Well, if that's the way you feel, then hold on to it.
Actually, probably better for me if I just do hiking and physical exercise.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do. We went out hiking last Sunday a little while. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice areas to be hiking in around here.
Yeah, we went over basically across the valley to Davis Creek Park, County Park, and they got lots of nice little easy trails access. You don't have to commit a whole day to it. You can just go out and enjoy a little bit.
Yeah, do you ever watch the Wild Nevada on the PBS station?
No, I haven't, bud.
They got a lot of places to explore here in Nevada.
There are a lot of places you can go.
So even around Mount Rose and all that's pretty neat. And right out by Winnemucca and Elko, a lot of hiking trails, all that. So have motorcycles and quad trails and all that. So there's a lot to do in Nevada that most people don't ever see.
Yeah, those kind of makes me wish I would have moved my family over here when they were growing up so they could enjoy the outdoors here.
Yeah. Well, I got to get busy here and get these chickens prepared, so we're going to have to stay at 73. And you guys, you have a nice trip, Dan, and you too, John, whatever you do today, enjoy the family. W6DJD, we're listening out.
Okay, bud.
Okay, we'll see you later, bud. You have a great day, too. I'm going to maybe help my son-in-law and then doing more stuff here today. And I might put the burners back in the grill outside. Not sure. I think that it looks like the rain's done.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much out of the season. We're going to have at least a week of nice weather. So enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, see you later, bud.
Have a good Friday.
All right, have a good day, bud. KM60Q.
Oh, I dumped a whole bunch of programs that it put on there and installed them.
Oh, it installed a bunch of junk for you, huh?
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. I think I got rid of about 20.
Wow.
Now the CPU usage is down to 12-15%.
I'm sorry to hear it affected you so severely.
I just, but usually I have all that stuff turned off, but I'll let it do all of its stuff here.
Well, I always let it update eventually, and it's broken COM port drivers frequently whenever there's a big update, but they're easy to repair. Just a little time consuming, but this time it was a lot more difficult for me. And I'm sorry, say that again?
I said, what did it do to you?
This last time, it broke the COM ports again like it usually does. But then when I uninstalled and reinstalled, I couldn't get everything uninstalled. So I downloaded a third-party uninstaller, and that worked. That got everything out. And then I had to follow directions to go in to change the registry a little bit, and that did it.
What was the deal with the registry?
I actually just, I didn't copy and paste, of course, but I just changed like a line in it was all. And I can't really tell you what the line does. I just follow the directions. So you make a copy of that file before you change anything, obviously, and then you change it.
What was that again?
You just make a copy of the registry file before you change it, in case it didn't work right, and then you put it back.
Change anything on a computer is the copy.
Yeah, absolutely. But the only problem I still have, and I started to work on this the other day, and I spent about a half hour on it. It's still not fixed. When it installed itself, it created a virtual drive, and it called itself the E drive. And it did this to do the install, but it left it installed and didn't take it out, and it only used enough space. It only used the space it needed. So now about every minute I get a warning that says my E drive is full and low on space. And everybody's having that issue as well. And there's like 5 different fixes for it. I tried one of them and it didn't work. And I need to either spend more time doing it and figure out which one does work, or just hopefully Microsoft will update it on Patch Tuesday this month. I'm just going to kind of wait because that's only about a week off.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Well, I'm glad you didn't see it because it's very annoying. You can't turn the notification off, and it pops up on the screen. Your E drive is low on space. I don't even have an E drive. It just created one when it was doing an install.
Yeah, oh, geez. So you still hear the issue, artifact or something in my audio?
Oh, yeah. So I do. It's still there. But here's the thing. When I first started streaming, it was there pretty good. And then you reset everything, and it went away to normal. And about 5 minutes ago, it started coming back slightly, and now it's a little more predominant.
Oh, it's what?
And now it's a lot more predominant.
No kidding.
Yeah, so, and I got it all on the stream. So, like, when you go back later today and listen to it, you'll hear it on the stream, and then you go away for a little while, and you do your reset, you come back, and it's perfect. And I guess the pattern is it starts at a low level and gets louder. It doesn't just appear.
Huh. Boy, that's strange. So it's something in the computer that's affecting the SDR program.
Oh yeah, it's not the Anon, but it's Windows, and it has to do with the update. We know that because it was always fine before then.
I wonder if I should just roll back the update for that particular program.
Well, that might work. I tried to roll back the whole Windows update, because I had created a restore point before it updated, and then it wouldn't roll back to the restore point. It was corrupt or something.
I just looked at this and it says, you know, there are no previous versions available.
Well, maybe it'll, you know, Microsoft sends fixes out once a month, what we call Patch Tuesday. And I think it's the first Tuesday. It's either the first or the second Tuesday of the month every month. So I'm hoping they fixed a lot of stuff by then.
Yeah, boy.
Did you figure out what we were talking about yesterday with your router?
Okay. Does this make any difference at all?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I just ran it, and it's running in the compatibility mode for Windows 7.
No, it's still the same.
Ah, darn. Never easy. What was the question again?
Oh, did you figure out your router issue?
Yeah, I mean, it's working fine right now.
I kind of forgot what it was about. It's something about if you unplugged your router, you would lose your LAN or something like that. But that's normal.
Yeah, it drops out.
Yeah, I can unplug my internet modem from my router, and that's fine. But I can't unplug the router from the switch because that's what provides the network for the switch.
Okay, here's the final version here. Same deal?
Yeah, same deal.
All right, well, I'll go back and put it where it was. It didn't do anything. All right, there you go.
Yep, just doing the same thing still.
Are you running yours as an administrator?
Yes, always.
Okay, that's what I was doing too.
Did you install it as an administrator?
I think so. I really don't remember anymore.
I know.
All right, well, it is what it is. I mean, it looks perfect on the scope, but I don't think you'd ever seen it in real time.
No, you can hear it, but it doesn't look bad. It looks good on my receive here.
Yeah, yeah, of course, your signal is running. All that stuff is doing what it's supposed to do. Amazing how I got the CPU usage down again. Wow. It was really running up to 40-60% or so. That's down to where it was, so that's weird.
Yeah, that's not right, is it? Because it must have turned on a lot of things when it did the update.
Yeah, it certainly did. It turned on a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's strange. Hold on a second. I'm going to switch. All right, there we go. Does this sound better to you?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
All right, we're on the MyCom with the same. I was running the Vox, my own Vox on the SDR as well.
Yeah, it's working very well. Your Vox, it never clips anything off. Yeah, I just look at mine runs about 12%.
To run just fine. Output power is looking good now. Yeah, it's not as good as pure signal by far. It's probably well, it's probably down 40 dB, 35, 40 dB anyway on IMD.
Yeah, it sounds fine and it looks good. I just look at my CPU and it's just like yours. It runs at 12%, and then on transmit it goes up a little bit. But I'm going to have to add more memory to my computer if I keep using Google Chrome. It's a pig. It's at almost 3 gigs right now of memory.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The other one I've got that I need to get running properly, I think I've got 8 gigs in that one.
This one's got 8 gigs, and it really needs 16 when Google Chrome is running.
Yeah, I mean, that one ran fine. That'll be interesting to see how that goes if I can get that to run. That's so weird with the issues that I've had with it. You know, why would all of a sudden it change to, you know, not a 1 gig internet connect or Ethernet connection? That seems really strange.
Yeah, I don't have an answer to that.
It was really broken up too, just major. The receive and transmit audio, just really broken up.
And that was on your laptop?
Oh, that's on the big one. You know, the one that's like yours.
Oh, and that was because of the switch or something, huh?
No, I thought it was. It had nothing to do with that. It's the computer itself.
Oh, really? Well, so it updated too, and that's what it did to it?
I don't know. It is a mess, though, and I basically can't use it on the SDR program, which is all I care about.
Wow. Yeah. Gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah. You just, I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, if you don't have much on that one, it might be quicker just to do a reformat and install, fresh install.
Oh, you mean on the other one? I don't know. I don't have that much on it really, but I'd rather not have to do that.
Yeah, on the big one, I mean, if you can't solve it and you don't really have anything on there but radio stuff, you could just reformat and reinstall.
I need to see if I can go in and do something with the with that onboard Ethernet connection. I don't know. I could also use an add-on board and disable it.
Yeah, you could. Have you updated all the BIOS settings and all that stuff on that?
I don't know.
Because I know that machine was assembled, so you find out what motherboard you have, you go to their website, and you get the latest updates. I update mine probably once a month when they come out.
Saying the drivers?
Yeah, the drivers, but it also reflashes the chipset.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Since my gain's up a little too high. Yeah, you find out, like, if your board, I don't know, if it's an Asus or whatever it is, you find out what model board you have, and then you go to their website, and you download the latest firmware for the chipset and everything on that board. There'll usually be like 4 or 5 different programs you'll download and run and install, and that keeps everything on the board current with Windows. So what I do, my board is an MCI board, so I go to MCI and I see, I look at my board and then I download the latest firmware and drivers for it. And I do the same with my video card too. My video card is a whatever it is. Anyway, that one updates about every month, sometimes every 2 or 3 weeks. I just have the notifications pushed out to me.
Okay, so you set it up so it automatically updates it?
Well, it has to ask permission, but it tells me there's one available, so I don't have to go look for it.
Okay. And you're saying it restores whatever was there because it reinitializes it?
Yeah, it puts the latest version out, and so that it'll work well with whatever Microsoft is doing.
Okay, well, I think that's good info. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna, if I have time today, the next few days, I'll plug that one back in because I do want to get that one running.
Yeah, I would. That's probably what I would do, John. I would, knowing now that you haven't ever updated it, I would go to the manufacturer's site and get the tools to do it. And usually, what you can look for on these is instead of having to do each individual one, they'll usually have an update utility that you download onto your machine, and then it recognizes the hardware you have in there, and it goes out and finds what it needs, and it comes back and offers it to you to install. It makes it much easier and quicker to do.
Okay. Does it evaluate what's there to tell you if there's any issues?
No. The ones I've used will just let you know what version you have and what's available.
Okay. All righty. Well, I will give that a try because I want to get that one running. It's so much faster.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was built for, I mean, we have the same one, I think, and it really works effortlessly.
I think it's an Asus, the board, whatever you used there.
Yeah. That's a big name, so they'll probably have a scanner tool that you'll just download and put on your computer, and it'll recognize everything, and then it'll go back to Asus and see what's available, and then come back and tell you what you have and what you should have.
All right. Well, it sounds like something to do for sure.
Oh yeah, and then set it up to where it notifies you when updates are available, so you can accept or decline them.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to get that one back in operation. It's too bad. I mean, this one ran fine before.
You know what? You might, just thinking about it, you might find that it solves the off-on problem too. You have.
I hope it does. That's the reason for doing it. If it doesn't do anything else, it's worthless to me.
Yeah, because there's probably been a half a dozen BIOS updates since you've had that machine put together, and they might have an issue with the firmware on that chipset that caused it to turn on by itself. That's been corrected.
I just wish Microsoft would leave stuff alone because that makes it it's really unpleasant when things run for years and then all of a sudden you've got something that no longer works properly.
Yep, I understand the frustration. And then you got hours and hours and hours of problem solving.
Yeah, until the next time.
Until next month.
So whenever the next time they do something.
Well, on the enterprise side, they don't make you take the upgrades right away. They'll let you put them off for up to a year almost because you just can't have that kind of chaos.
Oh, yeah, on the side, business side.
Right.
Yeah, oh gosh, I remember all the issues that would affect us. They'd apply one at a time.
Yeah, you can imagine the IT guy, with 50 different clients and not knowing what's going to happen each time.
Yeah, that was all their time was spent doing stuff like that.
Yeah, just correcting issues that they didn't create.
Yes, correcting issues they did not create. Pretty bad.
Well, and it's just really, I'm not sure they could do much with it because unlike Apple, they don't know or they don't make their own hardware really. So you got all these thousands and thousands of different pieces of hardware, motherboards, cards, and everything else, and you got to make it all work with your one operating system.
Yep.
That's a big, tall order.
It is. Now you better understand it.
Yeah, can you imagine how Flex or Elecraft feels? Because they do software support, they have to do software support to get people to use their radios, and then something like this happens, and everybody turns to them, and it's like, we didn't do anything.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that, really adds to your bottom line, or to your operating costs. You have somebody sitting there fielding calls all the time.
Yeah, and Elecraft stuff, they don't do what Flex does or Anon does, but, all that stuff they have, they need software to work with it. And most of the calls they take are just COM port issues and stuff like that, I think. Getting utility firmware to work because it quit working. That's got to take a lot of their time. And they don't even the only software they write is pretty much just to update your equipment with.
Yeah. Yeah, and that does seem like a better way. It's a different way of looking at the issues. So Flex and Anon really, and the rest of them that do that kind of really get blasted with changes.
Oh yeah, but the problem with Flex is, they want to maintain their own proprietary software so that the user has the best experience, which means that a third party can't write software for it. So now they are bound to having probably a software development team that's bigger than their hardware team.
Yeah. I don't know what they have there. It'd be interesting to see their operation and see how it works and their profitability.
Yeah. Because I think Anon has the right way to do it. We'll make the platform, here's the API, and go find the software that you want to run with it. Yeah,
they're not in the software business at all. Yeah, I mean, basically they're a hardware manufacturer.
It'd be really nice if, you could they would give access to these software developers to have full access to it to where they can actually do what they do and let Flex get away from it. But I'm sure that Flex does that because, you can destroy a radio if the software is not written correctly, and they probably don't want the hardware issue either.
And there are issues with some of the programs that aren't properly vetted. Oh, that does happen. I haven't seen it much, but it does happen.
Yeah.
You'll have something working properly, and then in the next version it's been done well. But what they did affected something else, and now, I know that we had a problem with Zoom. If you ran the Zoom over to one side, you could lock it up under the right conditions, and then they had to fix that.
Yeah, there's just so many lines of code, and you like you said, you make one correction somewhere, and if you don't test it for 6 months or whatever the beta cycle is, and just because it does go through that doesn't mean they found everything.
Well, yeah, that's why there's so much activity on there, on on their blog, on their website thing.
You know, if you did nothing but read the reflectors for equipment issues, you never buy a piece of equipment, because the reflectors are pretty much there for the people that are having issues.
They've got a huge library of things you can go look up, and, always look at that first to see if I can find what my issues are before I just throw it out there.
You know, back when Windows 7 was a current operating system, I remember Gerald Youngblood talking about Windows, the owner of Flex, and he was making the statement, he says, we're doing something with Windows it wasn't designed to do. He was saying at that point, Windows is not a real-time program as far as audio. It was never expected to take audio in and put audio out instantly. And we're doing something with it was never intended to do, and we're making it work. And I don't know if that's true anymore with Windows 10, but that's the way it was with Windows 7. And but I guess that's the same with most stuff. You know, we're doing stuff with the internet that it was never intended for, and that's why it's so insecure.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, well, I guess I'll go in and you can mull over your choices today.
Well, I think I'll do that over some biscuits.
All right, sounds good, Dan. Take care.
All right, John, have a good day. Nice talking to you. KM60Q.
Nice talking to you, too. W6DAX.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.